Hi. Mm, yeah, painting and chatting. You're joining me in the midst of organised chaos. About as chaotic as it gets in this household. You watching us? Ooh, how's it look? Broadcast interrupted. You know, you know. Mm, no, we're streaming to YouTube now. It's the first one. Mm, yeah. Pikachu. That probably just got us taken down by Facebook. I think everybody was probably going to be starting on the Eradicators, but for me, Space Wolves getting into combat on a bike as quickly as possible. That's where I start. Hmm. I just got rid of my Pred box a couple of months ago, well, before lockdown. I was like, I've got two of the Executioners. I'm probably not going to need the Preds again. But yeah, triple Preds are nice. Um, I can get 2,000 points in about 24 minutes onto this table, but I'm not painting that many in that quick. I am a slow painter. Hmm. The great enemy of the Necrons, the Eldar. Oh, I can't see your video. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's coming through tiny. Ooh, Oh, there you go. That's better. Full screen on. Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, I can see yours now. We sponsored by Twix tonight. That's my. Oh, the murder box. Murder cakes. That's what they're being called. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Space Wars yellow. Now, I just realised I've left these transfers sitting in this water for probably far too long. Get some vinegar down, because that's all this is. Yeah, Rick, have you? Mm. Okay, let's do this like this then. Yeah, do you remember Paul Shelmerdale? He won the painting with his Destroyers at one of our Destroyers. Yeah, he's been messaging me today saying, "What are you doing?" Because and I just sent him the picture of the Dremel final product. Yeah, but end results will speak for themselves. Nah, here's the fun part: trying to get a transfer to line up on both sides of the vehicle. So it's riveting to watch on the stream, I'm sure. But yeah, yes, yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, where are you? There you are. Ooh, not quite enough light on that there. Yeah, a good bit of microsol just to get it in place. So microsol is basically just vinegar, and it softens the transfer so it fits onto like the rounded uh, onto the rounded shoulder pads better. And then if it's really rounded, then you want to switch over to the micro sol, which is more of a solvent. And if you're not careful with that, it will melt your transfer, but it will also give it a much better, like rounded, smooth shape. So, shout out to Ryan, ex-manager of Bolton GW, for teaching me that. I was like, bring in a model that's got some big space to work on, and I'll show you how to do it properly. So finding the only model I could that had big spaces on it at the time, I took in a Fire Raptor. That's the one that we don't talk about too much. As anybody who has built a Fire Raptor will attest, they will probably know my pain and agree that that is a heinous kit. Hmm? Well, I don't know. It's not the sort of fire you want coming in and off the table edge. Really, it's you want it on the table to smash everything with its guns. And it depends if its points are coming down and what's changing rules wise from Forge World when their books come out. I had a look on the Forge World website earlier. No sign of anything to do. The only like ninth stuff you can buy from the Forge World website is the rule book. It's mostly the adding keywords to things like blast, the big one, obviously. So, no idea about points or any of these rumored rule shakeups that we're expecting. As you know, it's the GW rules team that are writing the rules for Forge World stuff. Ooh, yeah. Oh, hello. Ah, just me. Hi, everybody. I'm just doing some dry brushing here just to try and give it a nice little exhaust burn look. I'll come back in with some silver highlights and pick out some of the detail again. Yeah, got some burn on that. Kind of more of an overbrush at some points, but we'll see. So next up, get a transfer ready to go on the shoulder pad of this rider. Making him Wolf Guard because he's going to be the Wolf Guard pack leader for this small band of Swift Claws. And I don't really care what keywords get added to Space Wolves later on, but to me, Space Wolves on a bike, that's a Swift Claw. Where did I do those transfers? Oh, I'll use these ones. We already know that the bikes have been given the Ravenwing keyword, so it'll be interesting to see what keywords they apply to Blood Angels, other Dark Angels units. Oh no, the Blade Guard are Deathwing, but they've said that the bikes are Ravenwing. So it'll be interesting to see what other keywords they give, because there are some fairly funky rules interactions they will need to be careful of walking into that territory. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Right. Hey, Jason. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. No, I was just saying that I'm looking at what possible rules they could be giving to some of these units. If they give them faction keywords for the Blood Angels, Dark Angels, and Space Wolves. Because if they start to roll in some of the big keywords, then there's all sorts of shenanigans that they have to be very careful of. Yeah. Oh, hey David. Mhm. I think that's when I'll start to feel a bit more comfortable easing into gaming again. And I might actually have got a unit painted by then as well. Hmm. It's a lot of it's just coming down to common sense and making sure that everyone's being safe. Yeah, yeah. Like slightly smaller numbers for the tournament starting off, but just to give that space and then ease into it maybe. And sorry. Well, yeah. One of the things I suggested, I was saying to Becca about, you know, talking about getting back to gaming, and I mentioned, well, she was like, "Well, you're going to have to be careful because she's at the NHS, so she's got some warnings about it." But I mentioned dice apps, and I think we should make dice apps compulsory. Yeah. Well, if there's a really good free one which I've used, and it can factor in re-rolling ones and all of the other little bits that you know are unique to certain rules interactions. But I think it's a much better option than rolling dice across the table. Holding a dice in your hand, rolling them across the table, sweeping them off the table, and all of the physical contact involved. Yeah, it's just a yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's also why we keep a vat of alcohol gel in the car. Basically, just take a swim in it every time we get out of the car. It's like back in the mad cow days when you had to sort of dip yourself. Right. Yeah, and with obviously track and trace and taking everybody's details. I mean, that would be part of the sign up anyways, but we'd have to make sure that we are keeping that data somewhere secure, unhackable. We don't want to have E3 style data breaches, but not that we're the biggest source of, but just have to be careful with it. Well, GRDP, is it GRDP? Yeah. Yeah, point. Good point. Mhm. The, Primaris Lieutenant of the Necrons. Oh, it's now auto-focusing off on the guys in the background. Right. So we got Space Wolf. Oh, mhm. So we got the Space Wolf shoulder pad all sorted out now. And because I'm treating these guys as Swift Claws, I'm going to make the leader into a member of the Wolf Guard because you have to keep an eye on these rowdy blood claws. So you put a member of the Wolf Guard in with them. Help. Micro set. Coming off quite lightly. But I think the thing that's helped custodians most is access to command points. I think as most custodians players will know, having command points is that you've burnt through them normally before the game, if not in the first turn. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it protects. Yeah, it's like rotating ion shields, isn't it? Well, it's like when somebody puts all that effort into making something untargeted, on like -17 to hit or whatever, and then a Space Force player rocks up and goes, "Yep, I'm going to pay one command point and I'm going to ignore all of that." Moving with a heavy, for example. I mean, you're hitting on threes anyways, but yeah, you know how I feel at the start of eighth now. Jump, shoot, jump with my towel going. Yeah, we would get somebody, probably Ash, saying, "Yeah, it's great on the table. It looks good, but why have you got it? Love you, Ash." So you'd look at that and go, "Huh, buildings. The guy with the trees, he's in trouble. He's got nowhere to hide." Yeah, yeah, shield cancel. Hmm. How was that to move through a forest? Like the old school dangerous terrain. So I'm just gonna laugh in, first of all, crude, and second of all, in impulses. Because if you're -2 to charge through the woods and then -2 to charge the impulsor, executioner, whichever one you want, it's just, hmm? That's what I mean. If you're going to try and charge through the, oh, wreck this. Can I rescue it? Oh, looks like it. There you go. But yeah, if you're trying to charge a tank through the woods, you've got -2 for the woods, -2 for the tank. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, cool. Hmm. But at least it gives you a save rather than no save at all. Yay, line of sight blocking trains back. Like, or regular train interactions back. I never liked the whole, oh, well, there's this wall in the way, but it doesn't mean make any difference. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. So you can't Kool-Aid man your way through a building. There's going to be some tactical thought going into, well, first of all, we're going to have to really think about how we build a table and we're placing those on the table. Hmm. Yeah. And then the arguments. Well, I think this should be obscuring. Well, my that will hurt my army, so I don't think so. Wait, no, what? Is this definitely a woods? Because I've got an impulsor set behind it. Mm. don't know if people can see this shoulder pad I've just given this. It's a bit dark, isn't it? Let's try and bring some more light in. Right, come on, light. Here you go. So yeah, so that makes him Wolf Guard pack leader for this little band of bikers. And that is, having done the exhaust now, but the little bit of extra silver, that's 2 bikes done. You guys are all here over here for reference. What shall I do? What shall I do next? Do I finish this last mic or do I start doing some of these shields? Hmm. Bunker arms. His rules are terrifying. Oh, is that the one of the Proviscus that goes? Yeah, he's the one who goes with the new Scopec destroyers. You can overcharge them. Ah, now they are the Primaris killers. Yeah, yeah. No, you can only have one big weapon per unit, and then you've got 2 of the Hyperphase Reapers, I think they're called. Hmm. Just getting ready to shot down on. That's not. Yeah, that's what I need to do for my Judicare. Got the bone on his helmet and like the rib cage done. I just need to actually wash it and then lighten it up again. Blackstone. Well, we won't put them on stream if they aren't, but we'll still answer them. We need to set up a not safe for work chat group. I'd worry about all the dark elder posts and pictures we see. Hmm. Yeah. Sorry? Well, yeah, the only thing that's going to disappoint is not being able to get it. 'Cause I was chatting to somebody, the made to order from GW. If they were ordering it last night, it wouldn't be getting to them till December. Hmm. Yeah, I've seen like some of the units on eBay for like 30, 40 quid, like just for a unit. I'm like, "Whoa." Yeah, but we know that some of these units people don't want to wait around on, like the eradicators. People want to get them on the table as soon as possible. Again, I was talking to Paul Shelmedy. Sorry, Paul, butchered your last name then. And he's the guy who won our painting contest with his Destroyers at one of our tournaments not too long ago. But he was saying about having them in his Raven Guard so they can strike from the shadows. They just appear on the table. Well, Space Wolves, I can just walk them in off the table edge. Make sure they're within that 24 inches. Well, make sure if they're walking in, they can be 9 inches away. So you're getting your double dice for your damage. I was thinking as a night player, if I see those on the table, I'm like two, three squads of those, I know I'm gonna have a bad day. No. Well, if I don't see them on the table, if I see them set up in my opponent's like reserves pool, yeah, I definitely know I'm having a bad day. So, mm, well, Space Wars have kind of always had that option. It's been, yeah, it's been a definite tool in our playbook. And all Space War players are so happy that everybody gets to find out what our secret sauce is like. Yeah, and well, the Kira Draxos, the new Inquisitor model, she's got a better Shuriken catapult than the Eldar Phoenix Lord of the Dire Avengers, Azduran. They, oh yeah, I mean, I've looked at the rules for the Incursors, and their rules make more sense with a ninth edition context applied to them. But as a long-term Eldar fan, original Eldar player back in second edition, I think Eldar have they've been on top of the game for the last few editions quite happily. So, and I know there are some factions of the community that's like, oh, boo-hoo, and I'm like, well, yes, okay, maybe take them down a peg, but don't take them down so far that they're below everybody else now. Mm. Space Wars. Yeah, yeah. Get a unit of Howling Banshees into close combat with a squad of intercessors. Bang bang. Yeah, there's the big butt plug. They definitely have some strong units. In a weird way, I think they need to see some more GW support because it's too easy to lean on the Forge World Dreadnoughts for them. Hmm. Oh yeah, the Calidus Grab Tank, the boogeyman of and the boogeyman of eighth and the poster child for 3D printing. The Astraeus. Oh, yeah, yeah. On its main gun. Hmm. Okay. So it's got the plasma cannons. I could imagine them getting blasted. But as far as the big gun got blasted, man, I wish I'd bought three of those. Had a chance. Yeah, I think AdMech are looking like they're going to be strong contenders for this edition. They've got units that can do everything in like they can do everything. They've got good melee units. They've got a brilliant flyer. That flyer is awesome. You've got some good skirmishers. You've got some incredible shooting. Everybody who built a Warcom back in seventh edition is now like, I'm so glad I held on to this. Yeah, yeah, hell just make me sad. So, Jason, I'm going to bring Mechanicus to our next tournament, and I'm going to put Call on the table. What's your reaction? All right. I didn't see him. He was behind a building the whole time. Yeah. But Okay. So then I'm gonna ask you a different, or pose a different scenario. I'm gonna bring Tao to our next tournament, Jason. I'm bringing Shadow Sun. Yeah, they need to fix some keywords for our Space Wars. No, no. That was one of the first ones, though, wasn't it? Live on Steam. I'm checking now. Oh, we are in. Oh, I've already got the FAQs open. No, yeah. Hmm. So Space Wars got their FAQ on the 13th, same as everyone else. Here we go. We've got Nihilus, we've got Vigilus, we've got Faith Fury, we've got Phoenix Rising, Ritual of the Damned, Great Good, Edge of Silence gets a FAQ before. And there's Blood of the Phoenix as well. Well, Blood of the Phoenix was on the 26th of November. Hasn't been updated since then. Yeah, yeah, no, not no Space Wolves or Orc Love there. Right, we've got our head chaplain, Ulrich the Slayer, who doesn't know any litanies. Mm-hmm. Which one's that you're talking about, Jason? This one. Come on, June. Hmm. Well, we had a whole load of new Banshees and a whole new Phoenix Lord this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to that with Space Wolves because I want you to charge me anyways. So the thing that I'm still unsure about the whole heroic intervention and being able to target that character. Because if that character doesn't have a way of shutting down the charges like Space Wolves ones do, or the Judicaire, there's every chance that your opponent's just going to go, oh, there's a high value target. That's the character. Let's kill that character. And they're going to swing first into that character. Most always. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Like what? I've charged these Fenrisian wolves, and I'm like, aha, I'm going to heroically intervene because I can. And no, 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 bad idea. But then, you know, between the armor of Rust and the new Judicares, then I've still got not no, I've still got ways of shutting down the charges. Things like Ragnar, who always swings first. Okay, against Yannari, so long as something else has died that turn, turn or phase. Yeah, but all right. So how talk me through how that works. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do all your charges first, and then I get to pick the next fight. Okay, I can see how that would sting. Hmm. Yeah, but that's cost stretching as well, now, doesn't it? Breakout, breakout. All right, so can you just talk me through the breakout stratagem? Is that it? So, say example, you've been wrapped or tri-pointed, you've been taken hostage. Is that when you use that stratagem, or is it just for any model that wants to fall back, you have to use that stratagem? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause what was I going to say? So, I'm just trying to think about this, uh, like the breakout stratagem. If you're wrapped by two units, like so your unit of 30 boys has been charged by two squads, and both squads have been able to try point you, like lock you in.